Good morning. I hope you're staying cool in this heat wave most of us are having. If you're not in this heat wave, enjoy where you are because it is really hot. It's going to be hot the next couple of days. I think we're going to tuck it in and stay in. I think I'll run and get Chris's prescriptions today and then I'm not going to go back out ever. No, just too hot. I think we got a break coming eventually, but it ain't much of a break, right? But I hope you're staying nice and cool. Make sure I put the link to the my ebook um, in the thing. We're got our first John Bible studies tonight at 7. I'm excited about it. It's been so good. I have learned so much. It's good to fellowship, and it's good to just discuss the word and pull it out there and make it applicable. Isn't that what it's all about? Is just making it applicable. It's not the Bible is so different than other books. You read a book, get the story, you lay it down. I don't know if there's any book I've ever read twice. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Sometimes I might read. I keep some reference books. Maybe I might look at that, and some self-help books. Might look back at some things, but I don't think there's a book that I've just gone back and read. Other than I have read Watchdog and the Coyotes by Bill Wallace. That's a kid's book, and it's really funny. And I've read that one twice. That's a kid's book for real. Bill Wallace is an Oklahoma author, and I've read that and maybe a couple of other. I think I've read Brady twice. That's historical fiction. It's a really good story about a kid who comes of age and helps uh, with the Underground Railroad, ends up helping with the Underground Railroad. So I think I've read that one. But the Bible, I read over and over, and there's always something new that I see. It's always some. It's like it's alive. Oh, where have we heard that before? Oh yeah, Hebrews 4:12. That's right. It's alive, and so we read it. We want to digest it. We want to apply it to our lives, and it's, you just never get all of it. You don't just read it through and go, okay, well, I read that book, mark that off the list. It's just that it's always the stories are just always full of life, always full of instruction, always full of guidance, always full of truth, and it's just it's just something we can apply to our lives. It's forever. That's what I titled this, was forever. And the reason I titled it forever was because I couldn't think of anything else, first off. But secondly, because I was thinking about God's peace, God's love, His kingdom, and I was just thinking about the eternal factor of all of those things. When we get His peace, it's forever. Maybe we don't understand forever, right? And I will say this: there's some new images coming out from NASA. I guess they've got another new big telescope, and I am so enjoying some of their pictures and things that they're showing us from galaxies far away and stars and planet stuff out there. I love looking at some of those images. They're just amazing. And Louis Giglio has some really good things. Videos are older, but he has some exceptional videos on some of the scientific data that is out there, and he brings it into the word, and it's just so good. But so I look at all these, and I just think about how when God created things, we used to think He just created this little universe. It's just sitting out here in the middle of nothing. And now we're realizing that when He said, let there be light, and He began to create, it didn't stop. It just continued to expand and go on forever, right? And so that kind of blows my little pea brain, that to think that all this goes on forever, to think that His love goes on forever. There's never a point of stop, right? There's never a point that it expands out of our reach. There's never a point that His peace goes away. There's never a point that His word will go away. Right? In Isaiah it says His word stands forever. It stands forever. And so it says a flower fades. I think of that when I do my flowers in the morning. I go out and pull the little dead ones off, and I go, oh, the flower fades. They only last a day or two. It may only be a day. I'm not sure how long they actually last. I need to really take a couple of pictures and just explore that. But I know they open up and I watch them. It's so cool to watch them coming out as the sun comes out, and then by the next day they're gone. And I'm pulling the dead flowers off, and I think the flower fades, it goes away. There's new ones that open, but God's word is forever. Those flowers will go away when it gets winter. They're not gonna. I don't know how they stand this sun and this heat. They do. They're like, oh, this is great. And I'm like, mm. But in the winter, they're gonna die and go away. I have to find something else to put out there, right? But God's word stands forever. It doesn't fade over time. It's not like, oh, we get all this love and then it just gets less and less and less, or we get all this peace and it gets less and less and less. No, actually, it's just sustained forever. His peace is always right there. His love is always right there. His the truth is always right there. His righteousness, his goodness, his mercy, his grace. It's just consistent forever. And even though forever is a hard, it's a we kind of dismiss that term, but it's a big term if we think about forever. We don't know anything that's in our lives forever. We change houses, we change cars, our kids grow up and move out. Well, that's what they're supposed to do. Chris decided not to. He did before the wreck, right? And so, but there's nothing that's just forever in our lives. And so it's actually, it's, we talk about it lightly, but that's a big term. Forever is forever. We don't know anything that lasts forever as far as our experience goes, right? We haven't experienced anything that lasts forever. And I look at God's love and I just go, He's never going to turn it off. I can't do anything. I'm not bad enough to make Him not love me. I can't do anything. Even if I said I don't want to serve Him, I don't want Him in my life. I can't imagine that, but because it's a relationship, right? But if I did, He would still love me. He still loves us even in our sin. He loves us in our craziness. He loves us in our despair. He loves us in our happiness. It doesn't matter. He just loves us. He can't help himself. His peace is forever. Now, I will say, for me, it fluctuates because I can be in peace and then something happens and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And it doesn't take me long. I'm getting better at stopping and going, let's go back over here. Let's pursue peace. Let's settle ourselves down, right? But his peace is always there. I don't have to worry about waking up in the middle of the night and his peace not being there. I don't have to worry about being in the middle of the afternoon and his peace not being there. I don't have to worry about going to town and his peace not being there. No matter what, his peace is forever. His love is forever. And this morning, as I was just thinking about that, reading through the scriptures, I was actually preparing for our First John Bible study tonight. I was just thinking about, because we're talking about God's love in chapter 3 of First John, which is where we'll be tonight. And I was just like, it just blows my mind that it's such a basic concept, but it's so big. We can't make him stop loving us. We can't make him take his peace back, right? Jesus said, I'm leaving it here for you. My peace I'll leave with you. So here you go. Here's your peace. Don't let your heart. See, he gave us something to do. I'm leaving you my peace. You don't let your heart be troubled. Don't let it be afraid. And that's where we get tripped up. We get afraid or we get troubled or we get upset. And then we forget that his peace is still right here. And we've got to go looking, going, oh, how did I lose it again, right? So the goal is to get better at finding it when things hit us in the face, to find it quicker, to turn to him, to give us that peace, to give us direction for our daily life. And that's where reading this word comes in. We read it every day so that we put it in our heart, so we don't sin against him, so that it's quicker, so that we're more efficient, that's a good word, at turning around and finding his peace in a situation that might be troubling. I've had several people, gosh, I don't even know, at least three just come to mind immediately that have lost loved ones in the last week. Okay, four, at least four. And it can be hard to find your peace in those circumstances, find his peace. But God is a God of comfort, it says in Romans. Paul also called him the God of peace. He's called him God is love, right? So he's got all of these things. He embodies all these things, and it's up to us to settle these thoughts down here and the racing emotions, to settle them down for a minute and accept that comfort as even if we're in the grieving process, right? Accept that comfort, accept his peace, let it reign in our heart, and trust that his love undergirds us forever. Isn't that awesome? Peace out, you guys. Hope I said something that will make you think through the day. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.